Okay, this is lesson 1-4, unit 1, part 4. Precision and accuracy, percent error, significant figures, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with significant figures. A lot of topics, but not really that hard. And on your desks, you all have a worksheet. You should have plenty of time to complete that worksheet in class today, because I know there's a bit, the title is misrepresentative of the topics. The topics are really quick. They're actually pretty simple. It's just a lot to cover. That's why we can fit so much of this in class today, is because they are honestly pretty quick. Just gonna give everybody a moment to write this down. Here we go. First one. Precision and accuracy. Anybody here play football? What typically happens after a touchdown? After that, extra point. You got to get the extra point. Celebration is part of the game plan? Really? In high school, you can get flagged for that. If you want to celebrate, you got to wait till the NFL where they won't flag it. Let's say here's the goalpost. For those of you that play football, let me ask you this. Let's say that playing high school, y'all play Tampa Bay Tech, varsity does. Is JV playing yet? Not yet. Who's your first opponent? When's that? 2 weeks. Okay. Let's say that you had 5 field goal attempts during the game, and all 5 of your attempts were like this. You don't need to write this down. Did you make it within the target? Yes. Are all of your kicks in the same place? No. This would be accurate, but not precise. Accurate means you're hitting your target. Precise means you're hitting your measurements are on the same spot. Let's do another one. Let's say that playing high school JV team has 5 field goal attempts. They're all like this. Are they accurate? Are they within the target? Absolutely. Are they precise? Yes, this is accurate and precise. Okay. What do you think inaccurate but very precise would look like? Yeah.
The same distance.
You're missing the same. You're missing the target, but you're missing it altogether. So let's say you got 5 field goal attempts. They're all here. Are you accurate? No. No accuracy. Are you precise? Yeah. And then what would no accuracy, no precision be? Dude, it's bad. Yeah. Here, you hit the mascot in the face over here. And then you're like way over here in grandma. All right. That is no accuracy, no precision. And you took out somebody in the crowd. So let's apply this to chem and science. Accuracy is how close a measured value is to an accepted value. My refrigerator in my garage is at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. If I put a thermometer in the fridge and it comes out as 37.9, that's pretty accurate. Could it be a little better? A little bit. That's accurate. If I am looking at you and I say you are 80 years old, am I accurate? No. If I say you're 15 years old, am I accurate? That's better. So accuracy is where your measurement is close to the real deal. if you play that game of the fair, you stood on the scale and it was a mystery and you got to guess the weight, and if you guess the weight, you get a prize. Okay, I'm 220 pounds. Yeah, that'd be me. If I said you're 220 pounds, you're probably gonna never talk to me again. So it's gonna be how close you are to the actual target. And then you have precision. Precision is how close your measurements are to each other. You can be precise and accurate and precise and inaccurate. If your kicker is consistently hitting the oak tree way off on the left, he's a very precise. His accuracy is terrible, unless he's aiming for the tree, but that's not the target. So my refrigerator at home is 38 degrees Fahrenheit. I take 5 measurements, and the measurements I come out with are 50, 51, 50.5, 50.9, and 51.2. Are those accurate? I saw some heads nod. My fridge is 38 degrees. I measured in the 50s. Were my measurements close together? So are they precise? Yes. Are my measurements anywhere near the target? No. So the precision is good. The accuracy is bad. So to recap, accuracy is how close you are to the target, the accepted value, and the precision is how close all of your measurements are to each other. You can be really precise, but have horrible accuracy. That is possible. Okay. Next, let's go to error and percent error. This one's going to be really simple. I remember learning this in elementary school. We would always ask our teacher, what grade did I get on my quiz? And she showed us how to do it ourselves. And ever since then, it's easy. Some of you may already know this too. Error is the difference between the experimental value and the accepted value. The experimental value is the attempted measurement. The accepted value is the true measurement. So I can give you an example of this. I think examples in this class are going to help you in so many ways. If you guys can see it, you all learn in different ways. It's like, can you use it in a sentence? How do you use the word? Oh, I get it. So let's say for my class, you have a test, and the test is worth 83 points. I know it's a very odd score for a test. It's a total of 83 points. Who do I want to get? Alex, you score a 77 out of 83 on a test. The 83 is the accepted value. 77 is the attempted measurement. So all you do is you do 83 minus 77. And what is that? 6? You missed 6 points. That's your error. You're off by 6. Easy. Okay, what's the catch, Thorson? I mean, that's too simple. Now you got to do percent error. This is opposite than percent accuracy. If Alex wanted to know what his score was on this quiz, he would take the number he got right over 83 And that would be its percent accuracy. We want to do percent error. So this is going to be error over accepted value times 100. And that gives you your percent error. So can you guys please solve that for me? Punch that in your calculator. Six divided by 83 times 100 There's a lot of numbers after the decimal. We'll just do the first two. 7.23%. Percent error. So this means that Alex was 7.23% off from being completely accurate, 100% accurate. And just in case you guys did not know this, there might be a couple of you. If you are ever taking a test, homework, like online homework, whatever, you want to know what percent you got, I don't have to teach this today, but this is just a life lesson. Percent accuracy would be 77 over 83 times 100. So let's say that Alex got a 77 out of 83. Do that in your calculator. You can figure this out without even doing the 100. I got 0.9277. That would be 92.77%. So he got an A. Not bad at all. In sports, JV, do you know how many football games you have this year? Do you have 6? Here's what you ever heard the adage, oh, they're a 500 team, 500, and they have a 500 record. Here's what that means. Let's say the JV team wins 3 out of 6. What's their winning percentage? 0.500. That's what they mean by 500. You have as many wins as losses. That's what 500 means. If you're watching a baseball player and he has hit the ball 30 times out of 100, what is his batting average? 0.300. He's batting 300. That's where they get these numbers from. Okay. The Bucks have won one preseason game out of 2. That's 500. This Saturday will be the deal breaker. Okay. Any questions with that? That's just for your general understanding. You guys need to know percent error. It's the opposite of a percent accuracy. If I say, ooh, Alex got a 92 on a test, that's awesome. That means he got 7 point something percent wrong. That's what you're looking for. Okay, not to be negative. Now, the last thing for today. See, we're moving along pretty well. Significant figures. By show of hands, have any of you ever dealt with these before? So you've never heard of sig figs. All right. You will be using this for the rest of the year, and I am also the AP Bio teacher here at Plant, so I can honestly tell you that you do have to do sig figs in bio. That is why I do not let anybody who has not had chem into AP Bio. You got to take chem before that class because of stuff like this. Significant figures is a concept about making your answer no more and no less precise than the numbers that you were using to get that answer. It's a lot of word salad with this. So example is going to be a great help to you. This is a means of being accurate and precise but ensuring all numbers in the data are equally, that's the key part, accurate and precise. So I'm going to say something that will probably just bounce right off your brains and right back at me. Here we go. You want your answer to a math problem to be no more precise than the number in the problem with the least precision. Yeah, tricky, right? It's like saying you're only as strong as your weakest link. It's kind of like that. Again, examples are really going to go a long way here for you guys. So if you didn't get that, I wouldn't have either. But I just had to get that out. So the definition of a significant figure, and from here on out, you can call them sig figs. Is all known digits plus one estimated digit. Again, if this is not clicking, it's okay. Here come the examples. There are 4 rules when identifying sig figs. Rule number 1. It's easy. Non-zero numbers are always significant. That means any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are significant. So here's an example. You guys are very smart. You're honors chem students. Have some confidence. You ready? How many sig figs are in 723.4? 4 sig figs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put little green checks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sig figs. Earlier, you said that you were 15. Nick, how many sig figs is that? You're overthinking it. You are 15 years old. Is 1 a number between 1 and 10? Or 1 and 9? Okay, so that's 1 sig fig. Is 5 a number between 1 and 9? So how many sig figs is your age?
6.
2.
Oh.
15. 1, 5. 2 sig figs. That's my favorite sound as a teacher. Oh, that's the brain goes. Got it. How much do you weigh? How many sig figs is that?
4.
Where do you see the 4? Is 1 a sig fig? Is 4 a sig fig? Is 5 a sig fig? So how many sig figs are there? 3. Because that's going to this number. 723.4. That's 4 digits that are significant. Plain High School was created in 1928. No, 4 is in the amount quantity. How many sig figs are in the year 1928? Yep. How many sig figs are there in the year 1776? Very good. How about the year 12? Good. You getting it? Yeah. Okay. Rule number 2. Zeros between non-zero numbers are always significant. And this is my own personal title of this. I call this the zero sandwich rule. Okay. 60.5. Nick, how many sig figs are in that? Remember, zeros between non-zeros are significant. Is 6 significant? Is 5 significant? Is that 0 in between 2 numbers that are not 0? So what does rule 2 say? So yeah, so how many sig figs are there in 60.5? 3 is correct. We are currently living in the year 2023. Is the first 2 significant?
Yeah.
Is the second 2 significant? Is the 3 significant? Is the 0 between non-zeros?
Or yeah.
So is that significant? Yes, it is. So how many sig figs are in the year 2023? 4. Yes, Varun.
Well, and like 600, the zero was still.
We'll get to that. Do that at the end. Okay. Next, rule number 3. There's 4 rules total, if you're wondering. Number 3. All zeros to the right of the decimal are significant. I got to really emphasize the all part, okay? 6.200000001. Oops. 0000. Oh boy. What have I done? Okay. Let me pick on someone else. Caleb. Is this 6 significant? Is the 2 significant? Is this 1 significant? Okay, so right now, that's all rule number 1. All zero, or rule number 1 says non-zero numbers are significant. Kaylin, do you see any situation here where there is a 0 sandwich? Okay, that is correct. Guys, all of these zeros are in between non-zeros. So are those significant? Yes. And then here comes rule 3, Kaylin. All zeros to the right of the decimal are significant. Are these zeros here to the right of the decimal? So are they significant too? Yes, they are. So how many sig figs are in this number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hopefully you'll never have to deal with something that crazy. Here's something a little more manageable. 6.20 grams. Kaylin, how many sig figs are in that number? 3. Nick, are you getting it? All right. Rule 4, final rule. Placeholder zeros are not significant. You may remove them using scientific notation. All right, what do I mean? 0.0253 grams. Okay, guys. First question. Are those zeros in between non-zeros? No. They are placeholders. Therefore, they are not significant. That is significant. That is significant. That is significant. These 2 are not. So this has 3 sig figs. How about 4,320 grams? I know what 2 of you are about to say. I know it. Hold on. Is this 0 right here in between non-zero numbers? No. But 4, 3, and 2 are. So this also has 3 sig figs. So my spider sense is telling me that the 2 of you that raise your hand are going to say, but Mr. Thorson, this 0 is to the right of the decimal. Right? But it is not in between it's not between non-zeros. That's the catch. These 2 zeros right here. One of them is to the right of the decimal. Okay. But it is not in between non-zeros. So it is considered a placeholder. Yes.
It says like all zero, and you gotta emphasize on that. So now.
Okay,
That's for.
so here's what I need to clarify. So I'm glad we're getting this out of the way now. These zeros are going to be after non-zeros. Let's get that clarified now. So 2, 3, 4 months from now, we're all questioning it. Because here's what I'll say. You see all these zeros. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are they coming after non-zeros? Yeah. These 4 are coming after this guy. And these 6 are coming after that guy. So that does make them significant. They're after the decimal. But check this out. How many sig figs are there in 2 million? 1. 1 sig fig. But this is really going to bust your brains. How many sig figs are there in 2000.0? Eight. I know. Here's why. Here's why. Listen to me. Some of you are like, oh God. Here's why. First off, let's do the easy one. Is 2 significant? Okay. Is that 0 after the decimal significant? Look at rule 3. Yes. Are all those other zeros between significant digits? Yes. So that makes them significant too. So here's the catch. That decimal makes all the difference. That decimal is almost as if it is another number. That decimal is almost as if there's a number. So here's one more that will make your brain want to just take a nap. Remember what I said. Pretend like that decimal is something significant. How many sig figs are there here? Yeah. Don't count the decimal as being a number. Just consider it like it legitimizes everything else. 7. Practice is going to help out. So what I would like you guys to do right now is get out that worksheet and let's just do that real quick. Go and answer, what is it? 1 through 12. Do those real quick. I'll tell you what the answers are. Then I'll teach you how to add and subtract, and we should be able to beat the bell. That's
Can you explain to me why 32 million is just one sig, even though the zeros follow?
this one because there's no decimal. It's just that, but it's not. But those there's no decimal though. Any zeros, if there was 0.0 like I did there, that will make that count and those count. But because there's no decimal, all those zeros don't count. They're considered placeholders. So the 2 is no decimal. All right. Let's go through the room. Natty. We got 246.32. How many sig figs is that? 205, yep, 246.32. Alex, 107.854. 6. Kellen, 100.3. Good. Okay, here we go, Madeline. 0.678. Very good. That 0 is a placeholder. It doesn't count. 1.008, Kaylin. 4. 0 sandwich, guys. 0.00340. James.
3.
Yes. The 0.00 are not significant. The 340 are. Number 7. 14.600, David. Yes. 0.0001, Nick. Very good. Next one. Jackson, 70, what is that? 700,000. Oh, I skipped a few kids. Okay. Jose, 350.670. Yep. Joseph, 1.0000. 5. And last one, 320,001. Debbie. 6. 0 sandwich. Okay. Guys, have you for a few more minutes. Let's get to the last part for today. Addition and subtraction, multiplication and division. So we have add, subtract, using sig figs. I need to get this to you quick. I have about 4 minutes. Here's how you do it. You ready? The answer has as many numbers to the right of the decimal as the number in the problem with the fewest numbers to the right of the decimal. Between 12.4, 124, and 1.24. How many numbers to the right of the decimal does 12.4 have? 1. How many numbers to the right of the decimal does 124 have? None. 0. How many numbers to the right of the decimal does 1.24 have? 2. So I know the rule, the wording is very weird. So let me just say it in English. Your answer has as many numbers to the right of the decimal as the number in the problem with the fewest numbers to the right. So what is the fewest number of decimal places you should have? 2, 1, or 0? Your answer will have no numbers after the decimal because this has no numbers after the decimal. Imagine I were to take this out. 124 is gone. You have 1 number to the right, 2 numbers to the right. How many numbers to the right would your answer have? 1. When you are adding and subtracting, your answer has as many numbers to the right of the decimal as the number in your problem with the fewest numbers to the right. And honestly, in my opinion, multiplication and division is easier. And I'm barely going to get this out to you guys. This is easier in my opinion. The answer has as many sig figs as the number in the problem with the fewest sig figs. Okay. How many sig figs does 28.0 have? Give me 20 seconds. I'll get you out of here. How many? 3. How about 23.538? 5. How about 25.68? How many sig figs will your answer have? Whoops. The answer is 3. Whoops. I don't mean to do that. You will have 3 there. Here's what I like you guys to do. I am going to do this worksheet myself, and I will text you the image of the answers at the end of the school day. Have this done by the end of the school day, or just don't look at your text yet. Do the worksheet first and see how you stack up. And text me any questions you've got. Open them up. If you have a question, ask them. Please have this done. I will text you the key by the end of the school day. Yes. Yeah. Why would it? Okay. This is rule 4. These numbers are not significant, but this will placeholder. But that are insignificant, the 4 significant, and zeros that come after them, and after the decimal. If there was like a 2, if there was a 2 there, for example, they would not be significant. But there is nothing, so it's those there. Anything else? Okay, let me ask you this. You can tell me, this will be me do them. How many numbers after the decimal are there? How many numbers after the decimal is there?
1.
Very good. Here. How many numbers are here? 3. 23.7. How many are here? So if you same thing, you want to put things in. How many same things are there?
5.
That's the answer that is many same things. That's another problem with these. No, not that. Your answer is as many sig figs as the number of the problem with the fewest. This says 3 sig figs, 2 sig figs. That's 2. So your answer is 2 sig figs. If you did this in the calculator, 23.7 3.8, you got 90.06. 96 figs.
4.
So we need to get that down to 2. This is going to be 90, give it 9.0 times 10 to the first. That would be 6.
That's on the test file.
Some of it, yes. And I'm gonna text you that key by the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna ask what it says, so it's tomorrow, right? And it's gonna have like the adding and then multiplying.
Right.
And the metrics.
Right.
It's also gonna have vocab terms.
Not much, just a few. You have to just, it'll be thrown in the wording and the questions,
Is there gonna be any vocab terms that we took on the quiz?
potentially. Yes,
Okay, do you know how many questions there are?
probably around 30,
Thank you for letting me know.
multiple choice.
Yay.
Is this yours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't get mine.
With okay. Yeah, lunch your class right now. Okay, so how many numbers after the decimal are there? How many are after the decimal here? How many are after the decimal here? So your answer will have as many numbers after the decimal as the number in the problem with the fewest. So which number? How many numbers after the decimal is the fewest here? 3, 1, or 4. So your answer needs to just have 1. So let's just do the whole math. 32.567 plus 135 plus 1.4567. Okay. There's the answer in all its glory, the raw answer. Now we need to have one number after the decimal. So what would this be with just one number after the decimal? No, the whole answer, give me the whole thing. That's it. Nope. Now, look at that 2. Does that 2 make that 0 stay at 0, or does it make it round up to 1? Right, remember, Did you learn when you were like in school? That anything 5 and up makes the next number round, so what would that 7 make that 3 do? Good, what would that 3 make that 2? What would that 2 make that 0? Good, okay, let's do one more. How many numbers after the decimal are here? How many are here? And how many are here? So you got 2, 3, and 1. You're doing addition and subtraction. How many numbers after the decimal should your answer have? You only have 2, 3, and 1. Correct. So let's just do the raw answer, 246.24 plus 238.278 plus 98.3. There's your raw answer. How many numbers after the decimal should we have again? Tell me. All right, so what will that 1 make that 8 do? Stay at 1 or round up to 9? Good, so your answer should be 582.8. It would round it up to a 9. So you have 582.9. No. Now, let's go down to here. Calculate the answers to appropriate number of sig figs. When you multiply and divide, your answer has as many sig figs as the number of the problem of the fuse. Hold on. All right, fine. How many significant figures are there in 23.7? No. We're not doing decimal places, we're doing sig figs. Good. Yeah, switch your brain to multiplication and division. How many sig figs are here? Look at there, actually. So your answer needs to have as many sig figs as the number of the problem with the fewest. So I haven't done the answer yet, but how many significant figures should the answer have? No, listen again. Your answer over here will have as many sig figs as the number in the problem. Here's one number, here's one number. With the fewest. What number is fewer? 3 or 2? 2. Your answer should have how many sig figs? 23.7 times 3.8. That is 90.06. How many sig figs is that total? Just wait it. That is 4. We need to get that down to 2. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either do this 90 with a decimal. That's like a little cheat. That makes that 0 significant, right? So that would be 2, or you can do this 9.0 times 10 to the first. So how many sig figs would that be? That'd be 2 because that's a 0 after the decimal. That would be 2. Let's turn on. How many sig figs are here? 4. How many are here? Very good. So how many sig figs should your answer have? Very good. So we got 45.76 times 0.25. How many sig figs is that? How many should we reduce it to? So we're going to keep that first one. And then look at that second one. What does the 4 make that 1 do? Stay at 1 or bump up to 2? Your answer is 11. Are you understanding?
So would I have to do this?
You could do that, or you could do this. Either one would be okay. Because how many sig figs is 11? And how many sig figs is 1.1? They're both gonna count. So if you did 11, I would give you a point. If your neighboring class did 1.1 times 10 to the first, that would also be right. Okay, let's do a division problem. We got 1.67 divided by 0.42. How many sig figs is 1.678? How many is 0.42? So how many sig figs should your answer have? 1.678 divided by 0.42. All right, that's a big number. How many sig figs should we reduce that to? 2. Can you tell me what that might be? Bingo. And you got 2 possibilities here. Both would be right. You could say 4.0 or say 4.0 times 10 to the 0. If you remember I told you yesterday, when you have 10 to the 0, that means the decimal number moved. Understand a little better? Okay, why don't you give it a shot? Answer these others, and I'm going to text out the key by the end of the day and see if your answers match up with what I have, okay? And if they don't, text me.
it's like, my state, after it's that, that's it. I didn't fight, it's not bad, my bad. So, I think the best, it's not that it ever, it's something, yeah, it's try that. Why don't you take around 5 by 8? You're more than happy to respond. Not serving, but serving yourself, but you always do. Stop it.
Overturned the state 2020 election results. Trump will turn himself in after skipping tomorrow night's first GOP presidential debate, which will feature 8 of his opponents. Now, this comes as Scott Hall, one of the co-defendants named in the case, surrendered himself today at Fulton County Jail. Now, it's believed that he's the first person in the case to turn himself in. Cole Killian is outside the Fulton County Jail following the latest Florida Senate. Nicole, thanks for joining us. What security precautions are being taken for the former president's trial?
Yeah, well, basically, you can probably see behind me, we've got some barricades. Obviously, these are mostly for the media, but if you go beyond our perimeter here, there are some signs alerting people that there could potentially be street closures in this area. And the Fulton County Sheriff's Office has made clear that they do expect to lock down this area around the jail in preparation for the former president's arrival. Obviously, the jail, which is behind me, is a fairly secure facility, and we do know that, for instance, the federal law enforcement agents have been here in the city kind of scoping things out. So every attempt is being made to keep this a very efficient and secure process for the former president.
So we've seen him surrender a couple of times now already. What's the likelihood that this surrender will be any different than what we've already seen?
Well, the Fulton County Sheriff has made clear that he is going to follow former practices here, and by that he means that the former president and all of these co-defendants are going to be treated just like anyone else, the other criminal defendant. And so that involves a process of booking, starting here at the jail where it's possible the former president could be fingerprinted. It's possible that he could have his mugshot taken, which would be distinct from some of the other cases the former president has been arraigned on. So that is certainly something to watch. You know, we know, for instance, also when it's with the former president's other cases, you know, he certainly was able to show up at the courthouse and take part in his court proceedings, but here the process works a little differently. It's a 2-step process where the defendants have to be booked first, then that next court appearance or arraignment appearance is set. Right now, the Fulton County District Attorney is suggesting that take place the week of September 5th.
I think there's a lot of paperwork that's done before the president surrenders. So, what are some of the terms for that surrender? And obviously, we don't expect him to spend the night there. So, what are the terms for his release?
Yeah, well, that is even part of what was negotiated between the former president's attorneys and the Fulton County District Attorney and her office. We've kind of seen a similar process play out with some of the other defendants, but the specific terms of the former president's bond agreement include a cash bail of $200,000. This is also the first time we've seen him potentially have to post a cash bail. Also, you know, he cannot, for instance, talk to the other co-defendants about this case except through his attorneys, and he also cannot try to intimidate witnesses, including on social media. He was one of the only defendants to have that provision about social media in his agreement. Of course, we know the former president has been very vocal in that space, not only in terms of commenting about the district attorney here, but some of the other prosecutors and some of the other cases that he's been involved in.
So what about the other co-defendants? I believe they all have the same deadline to show up in court.
Right, the district attorney has made clear that all of these codependents have to surrender themselves by noon on Friday, the 25th. And if they don't, then a warrant can be issued for their arrest. So again, in addition to the former president, we've seen 4 of the other codependents who have entered a bond agreement, so their bonds ranging anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000. Talking to the attorneys for some of those defendants, for instance, Chesborough, also the attorney for Ray Smith, who's a local attorney here. Their attorneys told me that they do expect their clients to surrender at some point this week, although they wouldn't be specific in terms of timing. We also know that usually.
Yes, that's right. That's funny. Yes, that's right.
He has said, at least on his radio program last week, that he intended to surrender this week, although details of his agreement have yet to be worked out.
All right, Nicole, thank you so much.
Report from Rolling Stones. It seems that all of Donald Trump's friends and allies, new conspirators, they all have the same idea in mind. Is sitting out under the bus. Rolling Stones, that multiple individuals associated with Donald Trump have all said, yeah, we're throwing Sydney and we're throwing her. One of those people happens to be Bernard Carey. Very Carey. Former New York City Police Commissioner that don't have any part of what Trump. He was actually with Rachel.
Are you using Google Chrome?
Yeah,
Are you scheduling your pop-ups?
not sure what.
Log in. That's last bit there. Or. I'll say one. Not signing. We got an RQ for this upcoming test this Friday. Yeah. Right, Oh, Parkinson. Here. Just did it, biology. Here, sit here and put in your, go to my computer and put your stuff.
I'm gonna try this browser. Try Firefox or something. You're sure you're using Chrome, right? Show me you're using Chrome. Oh, gonna try Firefox. Right, maybe even that works. That might be something with Google's, I'm working with you. All right, go ahead. All right, perfect, thank you. Mhm.
Gianni on January 6th at the Willard Hotel in Washington DC as they were plotting all this. According to former Trump lawyer Tim Parlitori confirmed that Garrett is throwing Sidney Powell under the bus. And as I mentioned, other folks have as well. In fact, one of them who spoke with investigators told Rolling Stone, quote, Sidney's theft. And Tim Parlitori actually said to that, I agree. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Sidney Powell is probably going down. They're going down pretty hard. She's also, by the way, still facing those defamation lawsuits from both Dominion and Smartmatic. So not only is she in very serious criminal trouble, but she's also in a lot of trouble with civil trials that are going to bleed her of every penny she has to her name. But it gets even more interesting because it's not just that they're throwing Sidney Powell. Honestly, the guy be like you all had a hand. You can't all just say like, "Go to Sidney." She did it all. That she did it all. Something crazy or crap. But y'all clearly been along with it. Here's one thing I gotta read this. The report notes that there were questions over whether Powell might have suffered a quote mental break, and the term lunatic was bandied about. So all of these Trump outlets talking behind the scenes at the time this was going on, right? I'm not talking about what they're saying now. I'm talking about back then. They were asking, like, is she okay? Is she having a mental breakdown? Is she untethered from reality? They were calling her a lunatic, and reports also suggesting Trump was one of the people calling her a lunatic. Now I get it. She's one of these fabulous conspiracy theories. She's the one who put together the down in Coffee County in Georgia to see what they were. She's behind a lot of it. The problem these people have trying to throw her under the bus is that they all went along with it. So she may be the mastermind of some of the more stupid things. But she all went hand in hand with it, even though you know it was stupid. And honestly, that actually makes it even worse for you. That makes it more likely that you get convicted. Because if you're saying behind the scenes, like, oh no, we all want you to be crazy. Prosecutors would be like, yeah, but you went to any of them. So you're sitting there talking amongst yourself saying, wow, this woman is untethered from reality. And then you put along with her plan no matter what. So I knew she was, in your words, a lunatic. But you decided to follow that lunatic because why didn't yeah, that's not gonna make you sympathetic in the eyes of the jury. It's not gonna make Sidney Powell look more guilty. If anything, she may be use that as a criminal defense, right? Like, hey, everybody says I was crazy. You can ask, I'm totally bonkers. You can't convince me. Who knows? This thing is getting dumber. But luckily, the pieces are falling into place, and those responsible are going to be facing justice very soon. Hey everyone, this is Ashton. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? Since we are out here, what we're shooting, let's talk about. First order of business, down the aisle from me, I have to say hello, and I have to say welcome to the newest commentators from Monday Night Raw, my friend Wade Barron, and the voice of WWE, Michael Cole. Vying to be the biggest team, what do they have on their side? The numbers game. You gotta respect it. But if there was one place on the map where the numbers didn't matter, if there was one place on the map where the odds weren't in their favor, it would be down the road from where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn grew up. Watching very closely. Tonight is about Kevin. Tonight is about Sammy. We are all going to watch the Judgment Day rise and fall. Love your event. Back on the lot of deck. You got a good guy. University date. I do this shit for free. Why? I fucking love football. I got put it. Yeah, I had a fresh meeting for business. Yeah, I had a head of water fresh road. Respect that, the band. University date. Do this shit for free. I fucking love football. I got put it. I watched something the other night that impressed me tremendously. I met my wife's in Tennessee. Yeah, do better than that. We're going with politics. I think anybody in the sheriff, I'll leave it alone. Everything that they're gonna do, I'm going to Florida, beat Georgia, big game, you know, I'm gonna be a good game. That's so bad. They say, best text. Today, paper short. That's good. We think of that, that they didn't think about the teams that are playing today and all the teams that aren't playing today. And all the teams that are playing today and the teams that are playing.
Oh my God.
In this fact, you can talk here today, the execution of the Utah Utes. But I have to digress. I thought Bill Williams 500 yards in the last 2 games, and he is a friend. And when I say he is a friend, that means that I watched him multiple times on video. Well, okay. Picture that I have. Because I get to the state, but it's again, it's not that they had. Better. Change that thing, what benefits, John growing there. Let's take a look here. We got Michigan, Michigan State doesn't pay more. Michigan, out of their feet, they're staying. I think that now because they're already in the game. My wife's in Tennessee. Yeah, out of the back. Sure, I'm getting the so bad. Yes. Today, maybe. I mean, if they want to take it, they're playing today, the things that aren't playing today, the only things that are playing today are the things that are playing today. The execution of the utilities. But I have. There's no doubt that it's present in the United States. First day, there's something certainly. The NFL is that if they. Stop the hand of people. Manage the emotions game. The NBA is crazy tired. It's all oversell. It's big, like. Make the same things.
All right. It is actually. I mean, well, I don't know. Yeah.
I completely forgot to come back there and third quarter. For the paper, I asked you to get a paper.